You are listening to the Vcast.
Welcome back to the Vcast. I'm Vic Cedeno, joined by my boy, Big Mike.
What's up?
We're here for another episode of Father Figures.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a minute, but I have fallen off the face of the earth.
Yeah?
With podcasting. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, you're still hitting them, though. I've seen some bangers.
Now, yeah, I just started again. But it was a while. I just fall off, dude. I get distracted. I got into streaming and playing video games, and then I just was not coming here for this.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
If I don't have something scheduled and like serious, scheduled, and this is the way it's supposed to be in my life, if I don't have that idea, I'm not consistent, and I can't. I guess that kind of, I just said the same fucking thing, you know, like if I'm not consistent with something, I'm not, but I have to look at it like this is important.
Yeah.
You know, like if I don't treat it seriously, I can't do it.
I have to do a schedule. And then like I was falling off with scheduling people because there was like 3 people that I scheduled in a row and then I canceled on them because I didn't feel like coming.
Oh, really?
So then, see, if you just start treating it like it's something that like it's optional,
yeah, exactly.
Then I'm gonna just fall apart. Exactly. But if I make it a priority, here we are.
But you know, it's a weird thing for me because I agree with what you just said, but it also runs the line of turning it into a job.
Yeah.
Really,
it's not supposed to be a job.
It's not supposed to be
fun.
You know, like
all the other stuff is a job.
It'll stay fun. But as soon as it becomes a job, it doesn't feel that same way at all.
As soon as it becomes a job, I'm calling out.
Yeah, exactly. That's an option. All of a sudden, you'd never even thinking about that.
Yeah.
Somebody just told me on my way up here. I was talking to my mechanic, and as he, I guess small talk, trying to get off the phone or stay on the phone for an extra second to be polite. But he's like, "So what else? What's going on? How's everything?" And I was like, "I'm all right." He's like, "How's work over there?" And I'm like, "It's not bad." He's like, "You must love it. You always get to shoot." You know, like I would do the same thing if I saw somebody that worked at what I do, a shooting range. You think like, "Oh, it must be so much fun." You can
you don't have to do anything.
Just go shoot and shoot and shoot.
There's no responsibilities.
And I chuckled and I go, "Yeah, dude, it's great, whatever." And I shut it down. It's fine. He doesn't deserve me to tell him the truth. But the truth is, if you love fucking pizza, but daddy bought a pizzeria, you're not going to love pizza for much longer.
Yeah,
it's going to be in your face all over. And not even just that. In my specific situation, I happen to have a ton of administrative things that I have to do. So I find that I've never been on range less in my life, in my adult life. So it works the other way for me.
Yeah. There's like a balance that you tip when you're doing something that you love, but you're not just doing that thing. Like people think because you work at a gun range, you're just shooting all day.
Yeah.
It's like, no, bitch, I got paperwork.
Yeah, for real. I have SOPs.
There's administrative duties I have to do.
Fuck, dude. There's so much. And but there's that, but there's also something about just being around, being super saturated with something all day too kind of takes the luster away from me. Like I was at in the gym scene a lot. New York Sports Club.
I remember those days.
Fucking long time. Yeah. I was there for I think like 7 or 8 years I was with them, and I made it up to be like a district manager, so I had several gyms under my watch. Yeah.
And you were up in Paramus, no?
I was in I was one of them.
I think that's the one I went and saw you at. Was the Paramus one?
Yeah, that little one right off that side street.
You had the dress pants and the polo.
And the polo. That was a good. That was a comfy look for a while, but
with a freaking juggernaut of a mohawk.
That's right. Yeah. That's the start of the mohawk, actually.
Yeah.
The beard wasn't grand like it
no.
became. But I
think you had a goatee.
I did. I probably had.
Just like
probably
a
had,
like
big
a
chops
small
or
shake.
I did. And I was lost because at that time, now I'm remembering, I had a faux hawk because I went from a brook.
Yeah.
High
It just
fade,
kept going
low
up.
fade, and then it just kept going higher.
Your
and
hairline
higher.
receded opposite way.
Nah, it didn't recede.
You went this
here.
way. No, not
Yeah,
really.
I receded
You manually.
I receded it, bro. I
doing
pulled
it.
that shit back. It was black, and then it ended up coming
Little
over
by
the
little.
top.
Yeah.
And then it was just a fucking fuck you hawk for a while.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, yeah, this is what I meant to do. I don't know where I belonged to nowhere around that Guido Beach. I don't know how. It was just what was around me, and I just.
I think that was that era, though. It was. I was never a Guido either, but that's just where I
Guido
ended up.
tendencies, though.
But that's just where the party was.
Yeah.
And it
That's what I'm
was so
saying.
much fun.
Yeah, I got that paint on me. All of a sudden, I'm fucking I'm putting bedhead wax in my hair and banging it out like this. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Listening to
How did
house
this
music
happen?
randomly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 2 years ago, I was a hippie. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, dude, you were.
I went through a lot of
That's
identities.
right. I think we just live so many damn lives.
I was looking for it.
Yeah.
I was looking for like this, for where I am now. I was, and I'm still probably looking for a little bit of self, but forever I was like, is this the scene for me? Like where I couldn't find a comfy spot. I didn't realize it. And I think it was like, all right, I fell into this as a little kid. I don't know. For a while, it was a certain friend of ours that you used to live next to, and he was into that dark, like metal thing.
Long trench coat.
And that's when I grew my hair long. That was the first iteration of whatever.
I was just about to say the first iteration.
So I got into that, and then some years later, that morphed into this fish head hippie, and then it got real weird, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
No, keep going, keep going.
hammer. All right, well, I acknowledge. So what's going on?
What's up? Don't mind me. You're in the middle of a good story.
Yeah. That's already ruined.
My first identity rolled right into hippie Mike for years, and it went deep. It was like, yeah, I loved going to shows, and I was a musician, so I loved the music. Then I end up. I don't know if that was.
Go ahead, please.
I end up at shows, and then like the scene came upon. Next thing I know, my girlfriend's making me patchwork fucking jeans, bell-bottom jeans and shit. And like I have long hair, I got the whole thing going, and that was me for, I don't know, a while.
Yeah.
But I was looking, bro, and I didn't find it. And then I was getting frustrated because those people in my life at that time, they did not like me becoming me. Like there were these fake free love hippies. They were not. They were fucking 19 years old.
They're just
in
hoes.
1998. You know what I mean? They're just hoes.
Just
and they
hoes.
wore those clothes.
Yeah.
But when I was just like growing, I was trying to find what I was, right? So when I started to realize that I wasn't into this scene with like all this grossness, this like drugs or I don't care. I'm not really like trying to judge other people, but it wasn't my shit.
Yeah.
So I started to grow out of that, and I was hanging out with some different people. The incorporation of another circle really upset that circle. And all these people, a lot of people you know, like a lot of people you know, were like, dude, what are you doing? They were just like straight coming at me and my character for growing. And that's when I realized, as a man, I was like, wow, people don't want that.
No.
They don't care about that like you do for yourself. It's
It makes
different
people
thing.
uncomfortable when you start getting out of a mold that they put you in.
Yeah.
Like once they see you as some way, then they see you moving, and then because I think that's like a reflection of other people. Then other people don't see, like they see themselves and they start analyzing, why am I not changing?
Well, yeah, it puts pressure on other people directly to do things like that.
But I feel like all of those iterations are just experiences.
They are. Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
all these different experiences, and then you're like, oh, why did I do this? Why did I do that? But then when you look back at the age that we're at now, then it's like, oh, all of these were ingredients
Yes, exactly.
that molded me into the stuff I know now. And then then people are like, well, how do you know so much about so many different things?
Right.
Like, oh, because I've experienced a lot.
Exactly right. And I'm a 45-year-old man. That's crazy. How fucking weird is that to say?
Oh no, I can't say it yet.
Okay.
I'm 44 in August.
You're 44?
I'll be 44 in August.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, you are cannot believe you.
Yeah,
Damn, what the fuck does that mean, bro? What you mean?
No, you look great for 45.
Yeah.
It's believable though.
No, with that 44, that's crazy.
Is it?
44, brother.
No, I'm not.
No, I mean, no,
I'm
like,
saying.
no.
I know. I got the white.
No, you
I
look
started
older.
looking older.
You look young for 45.
You
young
don't
for
have to
45.
say that. I'm just.
No,
kidding.
I'm being dead ass. I'm being dead ass. You look great.
All right, thank you.
Yo,
Thank you.
but this
That's what
guy,
I needed.
you guys are 1 year apart in age?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You thought I was he was younger?
I thought, what did I think?
I think you think 20s, late 20s.
Yeah.
You know, now that I think about it, I never really
No.
gave you an age.
People that flirt
What
with
do
me
you
say
look like?
late
Wow.
20s.
No way.
Yeah.
I'll give you 30.
30s, yeah.
I'll
That's
give
how
you-
I
I'll
say
give you 30s.
30s.
Maybe like 38.
Yeah, you could get 36.
I'll take 38.
38 maybe.
But like, you look 20 years younger. You do, bro.
Shut up, dude.
If you cut this, you would look like a 30-year-old. Come on, man. You know it's true. You know it's true.
I got a little weather in the face, a little
all good.
wisdom group. Yeah,
Well, like,
I'm,
you seem
I'm
to-
fine with it.
Yeah.
But that's why this conversation. That's why I said isn't it weird? Because for me to say that, like I feel, I'm still stuck. I feel like I'm like 20, 18 or 20. That's how I feel.
Yeah. It still feels like that, like time out of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get
Mentally,
that.
You don't change.
Mentally, yeah.
Mentally, you don't change. You really
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, and I think that's what the reflection where it comes from. And then if I'm in front of the right people, like if I'm at my house upstate with that crowd, my dad, my uncles, I feel like I'm 13. Yeah, and they definitely still treat us, me and my brothers and my cousins.
Yeah.
They treat us like we're still young. So I immediately fall right into that thing. Like if they take a tone of voice that I've heard 20,000 times between being 5 years old and 15, I still react to that. Yeah, it's the craziest
Well,
thing.
I think about that with like the younger kids in my house, or not in my house, but in my family. The kids that I knew from when they were little, they grow up now. Can you make sure that door's closed, please? Thank you. Those little kids, it's hard for me. Like my niece is like in her 30s.
Yeah.
And I've known her since she was born. Yeah. And now she's in her 30s. And then sometimes she talks and it's like, oh yeah, you're an adult.
Adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like
a
you're
weird thing to
yeah.
look at.
Like and so then now think about this. Think about when you were like in 8th grade, 9th grade, and you look at and that your teachers like Miss Toy, Miss Caputo, all of them, Miss who was the communications teacher? Miss Shea. Like all of these people, RIP, like all of these people were in their 30s.
Yeah, bro. I think
Right?
about that often.
And we look at these adults. We look at these adults in our lives when we're a kid and like we look to them to have their stuff together. We've never thought about anything outside of their lives, the things that they're going. As a kid, you don't think about any of that because you have no experience in that.
Yeah. You assume that these people are a certain thing, that you have to meet a requirement to be an adult.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they must have that.
No. Meanwhile, they
They
were
don't.
also just out of high school mentally and trying to figure things out as
Yeah.
you go along.
Now that you and I are both in our 4s, we can, or even, now that we're older, we can realize that, and this is strange for me to think about. Those teachers were in their mid to late 20s when they were teaching us.
Yeah.
And I thought that they had their shit together. Now the truth is, it sets in that I am 20 years older than they were at that time, and I still don't feel
You're
like I
still
have my
trying to
shit
figure
together.
it out.
Yeah,
You're just always trying to figure it out. And that, like knowing that, and I don't think you even realize this until your 30s.
yeah,
And then you could actually look back and give people a little grace for like how they were, because they were just trying to figure it out. Like they're just fumbling through life too.
eating your grace.
You know, making mistakes. You know what I mean? Like not being you figure an adult can't do things wrong, right? That everything you're supposed to do is supposed to be a certain way.
Yeah, eating my grace. I've done that so many times. at different stages and at different like capacities. The biggest one was when I ate my grace after having my daughter, because then it's still happening all the time, and sometimes it's like a little thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, all right. Like I've fucked something up, and then I realize, oh, I remember this happening, and my parents did, and I was so pissed about it, but. You know, I give them that grace now that I'm going through it.
Dude,
because I wasn't a parent. I wasn't even an adult until that kid was born. You know?
want to trip out? Wait till she goes to school, right? And then you have to go to school for like parent-teacher night, and you go in the classroom, and it's like, whoa. Like, I was just here.
Yeah.
I was just here 20 minutes ago.
That's weird. That's so weird.
Yo, you're like, and the teacher's talking to you about stuff. And like, I remember the first one I went to when my daughter was going to school in Patterson. And I remember sitting in the classroom and wanting to disrupt the class. Like, I wanted to get busy with my antics. You know what I mean? Like,
I looking around. Like, who's the dude I'm gonna like throw this shit to? Who am I playing with?
I set this off right now.
That's funny,
I was sitting at a desk, and I remember she's talking, and I'm thinking in my mind, how can I set things off?
Oh my god!
And I had to do it with 1 year with somebody I went to high school with as the teacher. Taught my daughter.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
Yeah,
painful.
dude. Somebody that was in my grade
man.
that I went to school with was a teacher of my daughter. And she did the back to school, and I had sat there and like she went through the whole presentation, and I'm just like, I want to disrupt your class.
Fuck you, Dana!
Hit him with the yeah, it was just like it was this burning desire to like throw me out of here, please.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Send me to the office.
Yeah. Art class.
That's where I belong.
You remember I went recently to I can't remember why. I think it was it was at the library in town where my kid goes for story time. And I walked through an art classroom, and that smell, because smell is so strong with your connected to your memories.
Crayons.
Bro, I think it was the acrylic paint. I don't know what it is. It's an art classroom.
It's a mix.
Smell.
It's a mix of all that.
Yeah,
Crayons,
it's like,
wax.
Yeah, clay. I don't know.
Markers.
But it smacked me right in the fucking time machine.
Oh my god. Who's our teacher?
weird,
Miss
crazy.
Krausch?
Mrs.
Miss
Kraus?
Kraus? I think there was one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like the first art class I had.
She was the hippie one, right?
She was the one. She had the brown hair, long brown. She was kind of pretty. She was older. She was probably in her late 40s when we were kids.
Was she that real tall one, the basketball one?
No, that's Kaz.
Yes. Okay, so that's the one I'm thinking of. She was a hipster, a hippie.
Yeah, she's
Real
still is.
hippie.
She's married to some black guy.
Oh,
With-
really?
With dreads.
No shit.
Yeah.
You follow her or something?
Yeah, on Instagram. Yeah,
No
yeah.
way, dude.
She does like a blog, like a teacher's blog, where they talk about stuff. And then because she then became the special ed teacher.
Oh, really?
But she changed her last name to match whoever her husband's last name. Wow. But yeah, she was always like a hippie. I remember, my boy Billy used to go to war with her, dude, because she was a special ed teacher. So she had all the freaking dyslexic kids and the kid with the wheelchair. When that one kid that was in the wheelchair that was in class, the only reason that they had, and then people stole his elevator key and made copies.
Is that what happened?
And then LD. I don't want to say his name, but LD.
Okay. Yeah,
LD
yeah,
had
of course
I think he was in your grade, right? LD was in your grade?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a copy of the thing, and he made copies, and then like 3 or 4 people had the elevator key, and then they put a stop to that.
Fuck, that's horrible. He couldn't even think, the poor kid's in a fucking life in a tin
wheelchair.
can, and this prick fucking steals
The
my
electric
my
key,
fucking
I don't know if
elevator
he
key.
stole it from him or if he like bought it or
even
something.
if he gave it to him,
Yeah,
he stole
definitely
it from
took
this poor
advantage.
kid. Are you kidding
Definitely
me?
took advantage.
Want to be
dude.
cool, bro? Give me a fucking elevator key. Oh, it's horrible.
He was riding the elevator for 2 floors.
Holy shit. Yeah, for nothing. Way definitely faster to walk up those those
100%. That's the type of elevator that's really only convenient for handicapped people.
There's no other way for the poor guy to get upstairs. That's
He would
fucked up,
ride
man.
the elevator with the key, bro. That was a wild time.
I saw that dude more recently, like probably 2 or 3 years ago now, but it hadn't been since high school that I saw him.
Wow.
And hey, man,
It looks like at a big company.
yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly. He works at it's like one of those companies that make everything.
Yeah,
Unilever,
he's corporate
or
now.
something like
I
that. Yeah,
think.
it's Unilever.
But what I thought, like when I grasped and we talked for a couple of minutes, I was like, "Wow, life is humbling, huh?" Like you finally calmed down. That kid was a fucking a pit bull without a leash.
Yeah.
You could. He was way smaller than me, and I remember being like, physically intimidated by this guy because he was a fucking stick of dynamite.
Yeah, because when people are like unpredictable, there's a little like, oh, relax, guy.
Yeah. And he would be the one to come over and just smack you right in the back or something,
Yeah.
Anyway, when I saw him, he was way calmer. And I just thought, like, man, time changes everything.
I probably saw him like a decade ago.
Yeah.
And same thing, just like a completely chill. Like now it's a chill, like you're an adult, there's consequences. Like,
Yeah.
when you're in high school, you don't really see
that's what it
consequences.
is. I
But as
noticed
an
that with a
adult,
lot.
yeah, a lot of people. You get them, then that was me. I had to go to jail to realize there were consequences.
Yeah, I guess
You know what I mean? Like to your behavior.
Yeah.
Not that I was ever bad, but I was irresponsible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what led me to jail. It's not that I was some sort of delinquent. I was never a delinquent.
No.
I was irresponsible and I was
You needed
childish.
a check. And at that level of whatever, of where you were at, that was the level of check that you got.
That's the consequence of being irresponsible as an adult.
Yeah.
You lose things. Like you actually lose. As a kid, you don't lose because there's like a cushion.
Permanent.
Yeah, nothing's real.
Yeah.
You know?
You're going to take a toy away and I'll get it back
Yeah.
eventually.
What am I going to not be able to go out this weekend?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like I can't go on AOL. All right.
Exactly.
My mom's not going to give me the telephone cord
That's what it
to
is,
log in
bro.
the internet.
Yeah, right.
That's freaking it. Now, yeah, once you become an adult,
Real consequences.
consequences. You get evicted. I got evicted. I got locked up. I lost jobs. I had to borrow money from people. I had to be beholden to women all the time.
Yeah. Wow,
That
it's
was
crazy.
all irresponsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you learn that lesson gradually, even if you take big shots.
Yeah.
You're still learning that lesson because it comes in every capacity, every form. Like to be humbled in one thing. Let's just say a dumb financial maneuver. Yeah, that'll humble you and keep you off of that playground. Yeah. But some people just have it in their character, so they find another playground. Or they stay with that, like they just repeat it, but you kind of know that guy. Yeah. Other people, it's just their tendency. So they're going to get checked over and over and over again in different things, all right? Like now I stole a car and I got arrested for that. Or I drive drunk and do that, You're going to learn that a lot. That's what I'm saying.
And that's the crazy part about being a parent is because you want to try to get this idea in their head, but it's like, they have to learn on their own some things like you can't guide them out of. Yeah. You have to just be like, all right, you have to walk into that wall to realize you can't go through it.
That sucks.
Like that you have to go around it.
That's painful.
You know what I mean? Like, and then it's just like, as a parent, you can't even stop them from walking into the wall. All you have to do is prepare yourself to be there to be like, hey, are you okay? Yeah. You want an ice pack?
Yeah.
I know that hurt. What are you going to do different? Let's talk about that. You know what I mean? Like,
and it's also doubly hard because people don't take lessons when you're ready for them to learn it. They're going to learn it when they're ready for it. Mm-hmm. You could say the same thing over and over and over and over again to anybody, your kid. Mm-hmm. She's not going to, or they're not going to accept it until it's time.
Yeah.
And it's a development thing or a maturity thing. I'm not
it's
really
definitely
sure.
a maturity thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think I'd have these right now. Thank God it's very smooth sailing because my daughter is very emotionally mature.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to explain to her rules and she follows them. And then like now she's starting to question things, which in my day you couldn't question rules. The rules were just the rules. And if you had a question, it was answered with a smack.
Yeah.
Right? There was no explanation. You didn't need to know why.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And
No talking.
there's no talk. You don't need to know why. You just need to. And I told my daughter was having a problem with her mother because her mother would make these rules like, she can't go hang out at other people's houses. Or the one that she had the most problem with is why she couldn't talk to her friends on the phone during the week. Right? Her mother said, you can't talk to your friends on the phone during the week. It has to be on the weekend. Why? Because I said so. Yeah. Right? You don't need to know why. That was her mother. So since as soon as she gets in the car with me, she right away hits the complain. And she'll just rattle off and start shitting on her mom because of this. And then I got to looking like I'm going to side with her. And I'm like, no. That's going to be the rule over here too. Yeah. Because what you need to know is that mommy and daddy are making rules for you that you don't even understand or are capable of understanding the dangers that you're in, right? So your job is not to worry about what the dangers are. Just follow the line that we're leaving for you. One day you're going to look back and be like, I understand why you did that.
At that point.
Yeah, but right now you don't need to understand. You just need to do what we say, and that's it. And it's not a power thing. Right. It's just because me explaining it to you is not for you to understand.
Yep.
It's just for you to trust that mommy and daddy are making rules for you, not because we don't want you to have fun, but because we're protecting you from certain things.
Exactly.
And like she's got friends now, right? So her friends, she called me the other day, last week. This is brand new. She called me last week and she's walking home. Every day from school, she gets out of school, she walks back to my apartment, right?
Okay.
So she gets out, she calls me. I got her a Gab phone, which is a kid-only phone.
Oh, okay.
Right? You can't call anybody that I don't put on the phone.
Got it.
You can only call the contacts I install. If you say things on text messages, it'll flag me if the content is weird.
Wow.
Like sometimes me and her are talking and the content gets flagged and I get a message that my daughter said something. Yeah.
Wow.
And then it's a complete child phone. You can control the apps that's on it. There's
awesome.
There's no social media apps or anything that you can control. It's just a phone line. I pay $30 a month. Nice. And I can track it GPS. I can set up geo fences. So when she's at school, there's a fence. Sometimes she goes on a fire drill and she walks outside of the fence.
And it rings you up
that she's left the area.
Cool.
And then I'll immediately track the location and I'll see that she's in the community center next door. I'm like, oh, it's probably a fire drill.
Wow.
It's probably a fire drill. Or they're on a trip and she's at the library, right? So where she calls me on the walk home the other day and she's like, hey, me and Cricket want to go. She has a friend named Cricket. She goes, me and Cricket want to go to do homework somewhere. And I'm like, somewhere?
Yeah, what?
What? You don't even know where you're going? I was like, listen, no, you have to just come straight home. She's like, oh, all right. And then I hear her friend asking, well, why do you have to do it? Like her friend's always asking. Yeah. And I joke, my daughter came home and she asked me, she was like all upset. And I said, listen, tell Cricket she can come here. So now my place is going to be where my daughter's friends hang out because her mom's not going to let her go to anybody else's house. And I'm not, And then she's like, well, why can't I go to Cricket's house? And I'm like, well, because I'm not there.
Right.
Is why you can't go to Cricket's house. She's like, yeah, but Cricket's mom lets her come here. And I joked around and I was like, well, Cricket's mom doesn't care about her.
That's where that came from.
And she was like,
I used to hear that all the time.
Yeah, she looked at me and I was like, no, I'm kidding. It's just that we have different rules.
Yeah.
And what Cricket's mom does with Cricket, that's their household.
Yeah.
You have to worry about what me and your mom have rules for you here. And she's like, and my daughter, she'll get upset about things, but she understands. And I try to compromise too, because I don't want to be a dictator.
Of course.
I want my daughter to have some sort of ability to have experiences. Yeah. Because I was on the street as a little kid everywhere.
Yeah, doing what you had to do.
You disappeared. There was no cell phones or nothing. Nobody knew where the hell you were. You were just out and about. Yep. And I was learning things, and I got into a lot of trouble that way. That's true. Yeah. I did kind of deviate from the path on that, but
you had the opportunity to learn.
Yes, I got experience. I got a lot of street smart. That's why kids don't have. Everybody complains kids don't have street smarts because they're not in the streets.
Yeah, exactly.
They're at home. They have iPad smarts.
Yeah.
You know, I
Exactly.
I joke around that when my daughter's on the weekend, she's like a prisoner. She's like in the jail doing calls, and she's on these video calls.
Oh my God, yeah.
And they
dude.
play through the video.
No
Like
shit.
they play on FaceTime. They get like in these
crazy.
group, they get like the 3 or 4 of them get on these groups, and they have their little screens. It looks like freaking The Price is Right or
What?
something. Yeah, and then they play games. They'll play video games and talk while they're playing games, right? And then they play scavenging hunts where they do
Where they bring
scavenging
it with
hunts.
them?
Well, they're on the thing, and they're like, all right, you got to go find a wooden spoon. And then they have to go. Or then my daughter came busting in my room on the weekend. She's like, Daddy, I need a belt. And like, you got to go find some things for that. And then you come back with it, and you show your friends
Yeah.
and stuff. They play tic-tac-toe. Like they're talking about drawing. They're writing stories together.
Yeah.
Like the
And
things you
that's
used
the
to
most
do.
productive shit.
Yeah, the things
That's
you
the
used to
the
do when you
productive
go
side.
over your friend's house and play, like we're
yeah.
gonna do this. Like they're doing that on FaceTime
Yeah.
and stuff. They're like not out riding bikes and stuff. I see kids out in my town. There's
Yeah.
kids all the time outside riding bikes and stuff. And like my town's a lot. You see a lot of that old school stuff.
Oh, good.
Where there's a bunch of kids riding bikes in groups and stuff, and they're out. Like I live
Really
right
see
in front
lot
of a
that
park.
anymore. Yeah. Okay.
My daughter can go. Her mom put a stop to it, but I was letting my daughter go to the park by herself, and I would just like every 20 minutes come out and like
check
see
on
if
her.
I see her. Then I see her, boom, I go right back in the house.
Yeah.
But I lived in front of a park growing up, and as a 6-year-old, I was in the park by myself. In the
Yep.
front, like I live in front of a big park in Hackensack. I don't know if you know where Sears Roebuck is in Hackensack.
Yeah, of
that big
course.
Sears Tower.
Yeah.
Then right down the block, there's that park.
With the tennis court?
No, not the other side. Going the other way, up Anderson. Right there's like right in between the buildings right there. There's like a park. It was
think
just
so.
it's just like a park by itself, and that's the park I went to as a kid. I lived in the building right there, so I would just come downstairs, cross the street, and I'm in the park. Wow. And I would take that and I would just ride my bike. They had it's a square. It's a whole block, and then I ride my bike around the square, and then the paths in between, like an X.
Yeah.
But they were like, it's slanted, and then there was like a center bush.
Yeah.
With like a bush outline. There was a big bush, a telephone, like a flagpole, and then a bush wall around it, a little bush
Right.
wall.
I
That
know
you could,
exactly what you're
that you could run and jump over. It was a low bush,
Yeah.
So we would play manhunt in that park. We'd play baseball. We'd play football. We'd play stickball. I'd watch bums fight in that park.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I saw
nice.
I saw the first person ever get knocked out at that park. I was sitting there playing with toys, and like 50 feet to my right, all of a sudden I hear these guys arguing. I looked up, and this freaking bum hit this guy in the face so hard he just flattened him,
Wow.
and he was knocked out. And the guy left him. He was just laying there knocked out. I was sitting there by myself.
God.
I was like, did anybody see this? This guy's like, I got up and I walked over there. And like to see what the heck what happened to him, and when I walked over there, he was
Sleeping?
like out. He was sleeping, and he had like a trickle of blood coming down his mouth, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then all of a sudden he went, and I was like, "Ah!" And I freaking ran, bro. I was
How old were
scared.
you?
I had to be 7, 8, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and like that.
That's the day you remember.
That's the
the fucking
stuff
day
you
you
think, bro. So many crazy things, and I used to hang out with 13, 14-year. I had to hang out with a 13-year-old kid and his older brother was like 16, 17. And I hung out with them all the time.
Yeah.
And they were not, I wouldn't say delinquents. They were good kids, but they used to just get into a lot of trouble. And I remember one time the older brother, we went across to this other building that's here, and that's where my uncle lived. And I don't remember what we were doing there. We weren't there for my uncle. We were there because there used to be a wall and a parking lot in the back. We used to play wall ball and stuff on that parking lot, and we used to hang out a lot. This is on this building, and then up the block, you cross the street, and that's Sears. So we were right here. From the backyard where we would play wall ball, you could see Sears. So we would be throwing the wall, like playing wall ball and stuff. But we went inside that day for whatever reason. And I think we were helping somebody move or something. I don't remember. But we were inside the building. And then, the elevators that there's like a cage.
You got to open up the gate.
Yes, there's a cage. And then there's a door that will close. But there's a cage. So he closed the cage. And there was this guy in there. The elevator comes to our floor. It opens, and the guy was moving, right? And it was this big black guy, like a big, not muscular. He was muscular, but he was fat.
Yeah.
He was like muscular fat, but he was just really thick, solid guy. And he must have been like 6'2", 6'3". And my friend Tony, he was like 16. He must have been like 5'11", 5'10", right? So he was big to us as a little kid, but this guy towered over him, made him look small.
This is a man.
And they got into something because, my boy would just say shit. So the elevator was full and he wouldn't let us in. So they just started arguing. And then he went downstairs. And we went outside, and we go outside. We start walking towards Sears, and that guy comes out, and they start arguing again. And like the guy's like challenging him to fight. My friend is a kid. He's not 18 yet. He's like 17, 16. But they start arguing like they're going to fight. My boy picks up a Snapple bottle and throws it, and that fucking bottle exploded on this guy's head, right? Yeah.
What?
Bang!
It's
exploded.
a fucking movie move.
Dude, he went to chase him, and my boy ran so fast like a track star across the park. I still remember him jumping those bushes.
Wow.
Both bushes like that, and dipped home. And we ran behind him, but me and my other boy, 21, ran behind him, but he was gone. Like, we had no speed to catch him. And I just remember being scared that the guy was going to turn around and take it out on us.
Right. Was he bleeding and shit?
I don't even remember. I never even, I was so scared of that guy, I didn't even look at him.
You got the fuck out of there.
I was just trying to make sure this guy didn't, like, we ran, he ran.
Wow.
But that guy was out. And that's the, like, type of stuff that we used to get into.
Yeah.
Like, we used to steal from stores. We used to steal the donation things, like the cans.
Really?
Yeah, the cans of, you put quarters and bills in, and it'd be like, donate for the
those
pets.
cardboard,
the cardboard with
boxes,
the quarters.
UNICEF for the
Yes,
poor kids.
all those that would be on the counter of stores and stuff. We'd walk into the store, boom, snatch it and just run. Or wait for them to not look, snatch it and run.
That's funny.
We'd walk in and take the gumball machines.
No shit.
You know, remember the plastic ones when they came out with the 3 compartments? There was 3 compartments, and they'd be like Peanuts, M&Ms, and Mike and Ike's.
Oh, yes, yeah, of course.
Right? Those 3.
Of course.
Yeah, the 3. We'd take the whole thing
thing?
and just run out and then bring it somewhere and break it till we got it open, snatch quarters.
I stole an ashtray one time. Stole is a weird word, too, because I walked in, looked at the people there at this. You remember the florist that was on the Circle in our town?
Okay. Yeah.
Back in the day, it
Big
was
parking
huge.
lot. Yeah.
I walked in there. A friend of ours had to go in there for like flowers. It was probably prom time. I think he had to get a corsage. And we were just hanging out being idiots. So I walked in, acknowledged the people at the front desk, like gave them a hello, took this standing ashtray. They had one of those old 70s ashtrays. It was so cool.
Yeah.
Just because you could smoke anywhere and you could just ash right where you were. And I just grabbed it and walked right out, calm as a cucumber. And that dude had it in his apartment for years after that.
Oh, those standing ashtrays are probably so expensive now.
Yeah, no, they don't even exist.
No,
Just an
that's
ashtray
what I'm saying.
thing.
But if you
yeah.
if you try to find one on eBay,
Yeah,
to pay like
probably.
$300 or something.
Probably, right?
You know.
Yep.
And my grandmother had one that was like sitting, and you had to push a button so that the thing would open.
Oh yeah,
and then you could ash in it. And
yes.
close,
It had
so
the
I could-
trap.
Yeah,
totally. I remember those. Remember the old table lighters?
Yeah, it was
Remember
like
those
almost
things?
like a
You had
car
to-
lighter.
Yeah, you had to like push. Well, they had those, or they had the other ones. They were usually a big, knobby, heavy weight, and then on top had this metal part that you pushed down, and then
The little flame would come out.
a wick would open up. A cap would come off a wick, and it would just light a wick, a good strong flame. They were old.
Lean in, yeah.
Yeah, just
It was so, bro. They used to make things so much better. I was thinking about that the other day when I saw this old muscle car, and I was wondering. I was like, how come? Like, there's never gonna be a time like in 20 years that anybody's gonna be like a 1990 car is like a classic,
Yeah.
or a 2000s car is a classic. Like, none of that's gonna happen.
No, the scarier part for me is that is inevitably going to happen. So what are the products going to look like that we're going to reflect back on a 2001 Kia Sorento and go, wow, remember that?
Yeah, I don't even think anybody would, because it's all like, I don't know. It just seems like if everything was like just thrown together. Like you look at all those old cars, the old muscle cars from the 60s, the 50s, the 70s. The 70s is when it ended.
Yeah.
But like all those cars were like crafted works of art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Put together by an artisan. Somebody put pride into it.
Whoever designed it, it was like very thoughtful. You look at the old Cadillacs and the way they have all these chrome pieces, and they have like, you know how like we have the rain guards?
Yes.
Like they'd have chrome, like tightly made things. They all the trim.
Lines meant for a reason.
Yeah,
things were designed.
curves. Yeah.
I wonder if that's the streamlining of things. You know, because when you first realize that you need something, you're going to make it for that thing. You know, like the first windshield wipers, they were probably, and even in these old cars that you're talking about, they're more pronounced. They had chrome on them. They were like different. And I'm thinking maybe there's an option that now it's just become so commonplace that you overlook the passionate part of that, the sexy part of that, the part where you were like, oh, let's do this. Just overlook it because it's getting streamlined into the package. It's the same old shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, everything was so deep. Remember they had the ashtrays in the back of the seats?
Yeah.
They had the little
pulled
ashtrays.
right out.
Yeah.
The little tray.
Bro,
Or in
it
the
was so
door. Or in the
crazy.
door. Like
The
the
door
Cadillac
one,
used to have a little
yeah.
door one with your own lighter. In the old Lincoln.
My
uncle's old Lincoln.
Oh, the Lincolns. Yeah, it's another car that they used to just make. Like it was, you're like driving around in a living room.
Yep.
Like
a tank.
Yeah, you're in a living room.
They did the boat bounce.
Oh, I love
They
the
were so
fucking
comfy.
boat
It was
bounce,
like a beautiful couch in the back.
Yes.
Try to fit in the
Yes.
back of a
No.
car nowadays.
Drive around, no seatbelts as a
Nope.
kid.
There might even be more room than back in the day. Probably not.
No,
but
I think them freaking Cadillacs.
there are
had
cars
room.
with room. It still feels so like
Yeah.
weirdly cramped and tight. Where those things were loose. I remember being a little kid, of course, sitting in the middle of the back of Aunt Mimi's Cadillac. It was a baby blue Cadillac, sedan DeVille, so a 4-door, and white leather interior. So I sat in the back in the middle, and when she would turn, I would slide across the whole shit.
Yeah.
You know? That was so fun. It seemed like such a big car. But I've seen one more recently, and I'm like, oh my God. Obviously, I was 5 years old because it was that big. Now it's not. It doesn't seem that big.
Yeah, you'd be cramped.
But it's still plushy. They made things like real furniture back then, you know. Now it's a car. They throw a plastic tub in there, like some tub seat, and that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, my kid's not gonna look back and remember cars. I don't think, you know.
No, I don't think
Maybe nostalgia wise because it's something she remembers as a little kid growing up. But I remember like my mom had a burgundy Monte Carlo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when growing up, she had a big burgundy Monte Carlo, and that thing would get up and go.
Yeah, my dad had a Monte Carlo.
Burgundy outside and burgundy interior.
No way.
Yeah, leather seats. It was nice.
Pretty.
Yeah.
He had a black one. That was
I
like
wonder
his
what year it
car,
was.
dude.
Yeah.
He had like an 82 or something like that. He loved the Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
All that. That's cool, man. Yeah, back in the day, things were nicer. Things were cooler. And that car, that Cadillac, cost $7,000, you know, in the 70s.
Bro, it's crazy the prices of things now. Like how ridiculous things are priced out.
Yeah, man. There's a truck. The truck that I drive, I bought it in 2017, and it was $68,000, something like that, the sticker. I saw the exact same one this year's, and it's $89,000. It's the same thing.
It's crazy.
Some would argue it's not as good, and it's so much more expensive. Things are nuts. And forget about it. We're talking about luxuries. Groceries, bro. What?
Bro,
That's the scary thing. I
They
don't need a
just
car. I
said
need
something that, like, for the first time, I don't know if it's ever or what, but like the price of beef is more expensive than something else. I
Yeah?
forgot. There was like some crazy statistic, like the price of beef per pound is more than the price of gas per gallon
Yeah.
or something like that.
It can't be that. But I know what you mean.
It was something like that. Where
It's
they were
crazy high right now, bro.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
So I got to get that butcher box.
Yeah.
There's got, you can go to local farms and shit. I know my boy, remember Clint? He gets he gets a butch. He gets like half a cow.
Does he? I'm
and
on
puts
that.
it in the freezer.
I'm on that. I started getting a lot of products this year from a farm upstate, and I haven't gotten half a side yet. But I think I'm going to go side. I just have to free up space for a freezer.
They got
a freezer.
They got that thing on TikTok. There was like a viral. I don't even have TikTok, but I hear about it. There was a TikTok video of people go to Costco and they buy this big slab of beef for $140 or something.
Yeah.
You
The
get
rib.
like 20-something steaks.
Yeah, you can cut your own ribeyes.
Yeah.
That's a really good way. That's like entry level.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, that's good.
I might
You could buy that
'cause
whole
you get like
thing.
20-something steaks, and that's about the same price I pay
About
for butcher
15
box.
steaks. Yeah, it's a good deal.
Yeah.
We just got a Costco membership today.
Really? That's hilarious. I had a BJ's membership for gas. And then I got it for gas because I got a thing in the mail one day that said, you get the membership for $25. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I got it. And then I remember going to get gas one time, and the lines, every
Crazy.
single time, the line is ridiculous. I'm like, it's not worth this amount of money to
It's so
sit here.
ironic, yep.
For me to 10 cents, 15
For the last
cents.
3 days, the reason why we got it today is because for the last 3 days, my wife and child have gone there to do this Saturday, Sunday, and today. And both days were so crazy they couldn't even find a parking spot in the entire parking lot. Like, she was like 20 minutes in, I was gone. And she showed me a picture. I have a picture on my phone right now of the pumps, and there was a nutty line. So today I figured, it's Monday. You should have a little bit more luck. And she went probably 11 o'clock in the morning.
No matter what time you go.
Couldn't even get fuel.
It's crazy. I don't even understand. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little cheaper.
Yeah.
It's definitely like,
But it doesn't
maybe
make sense
$1
to me
cheaper.
how there's this many people getting gas all day long.
Yeah, right.
Anytime you go, there's a line like that. I've never gone to BJ's to get gas, and I've just pulled up to the pump.
I know.
I've never. I was like, you know what? It's actually not worth the time in my mind.
Yeah.
And then like a few months later, I got the new job where I got a freaking gas
Good.
card. I freaking
Well, if you think about it, you do the math. People don't do the math. If you're looking at a spot that you're going to wait an hour or even 20 minutes at, and you're saving 4 cents a gallon,
and you're going out of your way.
yeah, you've just driven somewhere else, right? You've wasted a little bit of gas, and it's 4 cents a gallon. How many gallons does it carry? 15, most cars, 12 even. So you're doing all of this
50 cents.
for 2 fucking quarters,
cents.
bro.
Yeah.
You think about that, then you're like, fuck it, I'll go to this place, and all of a sudden you're less stressed out.
Yeah, I know if you do it in the long run of whatever, but you're not calculating what your time, you know, like what your value of your time is, and what the extra gas you're spending to go there. Because for me to go to BJ's, I have to go completely out of it. I have to go to Willowbrook Mall.
Oh, yeah. So
Right?
that's 15, 20 minutes out
So
of your way.
that's, for me, it's like 7, but still.
Oh, from
where I am, but I have to go through all that traffic. Then it becomes 10, 15 minutes. It's a freaking 7-minute drive.
Yeah.
But if I got to get gas in the morning before work, that's a mob scene.
Yeah.
If I got to go after school, or after work at 5, it's a mob scene. Like,
Yeah.
and it's not any time in my way or it's never on my way to where I'm going, and it's never on my way home.
Right.
It's always out of the way to go.
So I have
there.
a spot, I think maybe you've been with me a time or two, but I have, because I use a diesel, and I use diesel, I can use, I have a card to a fuel company, and they sell all sorts of different, you can get kerosene, gasoline, diesel, heating oil, which is diesel. So you can go and fill up at any time I want. I could go at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
And the pumps are there. I flash my card, and I get a discount on it because I have it connected to a card where I pay like once a month. So because of that, they give me a discount. So it's worth it. But then I find myself for like whatever, the quarter a gallon, driving 20 minutes up there because that's how far it is at least with no traffic. And the freedom helps once in a while. But, I think about that. I put actual value of my time into consideration. And a lot of times, just now on my way over here, I go, you know what? I'm not going all the way up to Mawa in the next couple of days. I need fuel. So I took a right over here and I found a 7-Eleven with fuel. And I actually pulled away from it because I didn't realize. I was like, fuck, only gas. And I went to go drive away, distracted on the phone. And then as I'm pulling off in the opposite direction, which would ensure a 5-minute U-turn, I see diesel on the sign. I was like, no, fuck. So 10 minutes later, I filled up. But yeah, it sucks. That's one thing I don't understand either. Diesel has less process in it. Why is it so much more expensive?
Because of the need.
Because of the need.
Because of the demand.
Everything agricultural, mechanical, construction, everybody uses diesel. And so they're just choking us. How fucked up is that?
I just watched a video earlier about this, about how the prices of gas shouldn't be high right now because we're bringing in more gas than we've ever had before. Yeah. And there's like the amount of gas we're refining is more than we have. Like there's no shortage because of any of the war stuff. Like the war shouldn't be driving our gas prices up. Like they just do it. That's like they just raise the prices because they can.
Someone told me or explained it to me like when our prices come from stock speculations or worth speculations. Like some analysts will look at how much we're bringing in, how much like our books, how much we've bought. And that's how they come up with the price. Mm-hmm. And then once they realized that they're dictating the prices, they just started doing it. You know, I don't think they should have been this high ever. I think all of these spikes that we've had, what did they do? I think they padded our economy.
Well, they pad these people's pockets. There was like that whole fuel shortage in the 70s.
Yeah.
There's no fuel shortage. That's why they market that term fossil fuel.
Yes.
And it's not even...
Because it makes you feel like it's going away forever.
Meanwhile, there's a lot of theory that oil is like the Earth's blood and that it just keeps making more. Yeah. That's why wells that were dry are now pumping oil again. Yeah. And it's not because there's more fossils in the ground. No. It's because the earth makes the oil again.
Yeah, that's a funny one. Fossil fuels, as though it were a limited amount of mammals underground that is creating this oil.
Why are the bones that far deep?
Yeah. It has nothing to do with bodies. It's the earth. Yeah. It's pressure underneath the earth with heat, which is pressure, and then added pressure, and then more pressure.
Dirt and minerals.
And the earth. Yeah. We say dirt. What is dirt? It's the earth, right? So like somewhere down there, the shilajit, I was just telling you, is an oil that's extracted from the ground. And the ingredients that are around that area create that oil. The ingredients around certain areas create the fucking petrol that we use and need. And you're absolutely right. It's not going to stop creating it.
It's all a scam, dude.
Yeah.
Everything's a scam.
Yeah. Jim Carrey, I don't know if you ever heard, but he said kind of jokingly, he goes, don't worry about it, kid. It's all a play. He was talking right to the camera. Mm-hmm. It's all a play.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because he knows. That's why he went. That's why he lost his mind.
That's why he lost his damn mind.
And they cloned him.
Yeah.
Did you see that? You saw that thing
wasn't
recently?
Even cloned, bro. No way. That looked like a fucking so weird. Then people are, you're crazy. They're calling people conspiracy theorists. Yeah. And then I saw this guy take a clip from 4 or 5 days earlier, and they showed him, and they're like, There's no two ways about it. No way. That's a different man.
They just snatched his body.
What the fuck?
They're like, you're talking too much, bro.
That is so shady. So shady. The whole fucking game.
Everything is shady. Everything is shady when I'm getting my news from Lego videos. I now rely on
which are the best news you can get.
Lego videos.
That's the only accurate news.
Oh my god, it's so crazy.
Those are great. Those guys are on the
I got tired of them because they didn't stop. They're still making them. They made them about what's that girl's Kirk widow.
Really?
They made one about her.
That was probably interesting.
They made one about Kash Patel. They're just making diss tracks, dude. Yeah. What happened that we're losing the shit talk game?
Bro,
We used to always win the shit.
we have the biggest clowns on our team.
Bro, this guy used to be so good at Twitter. They're beating him at Twitter. Like, he just sounds like he's complaining and crying all the time now.
Oh, yeah,
And he's
yeah.
not sending shots like he used to. He used to just straight shit on people, and it was hilarious. Yeah. Now he's just crying like a baby. Now he just cried that I just saw a post he made either yesterday or whatever about if you complain about the oil prices, you're a whiny liberal. Like, real Republicans just adapt.
Just take it in your ass like a man. Just
You're
bend
just
over
supposed
and
to
take
adapt.
it.
Yeah.
Adapt. What
Don't
a fucking
complain.
load of shit.
It's not patriotic to complain.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's the
bro,
biggest grifter of all
what
of them. What? No,
And I even hate to say the term, but what a I just lost the term in my mind.
it's a shill.
Yeah.
It's a grifter. It's
Oh my
bullshit, dude.
What is it called? Fire? When you gaslight.
Gaslight. Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
it's like you're straight up trying to make me believe that not complaining about the crazy gas prices
It's my fault.
is supposedly anti-patriotic. Like, no, criticizing the government is the most patriotic thing you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Mistrust for government is the founding fathers' doctrine.
Yeah.
The only reason we have a constitution is because the people that set it up didn't trust it.
Yeah, no. They're
The
pissing
people
on
that
my
set
leg.
it up didn't trust it.
Yep.
Knew that it could be abused and would be abused.
Yep.
So they made a document not to give people rights, but to limit the ability of the government to infringe on your rights. There's a big difference.
Absolutely.
The Constitution doesn't outline what your rights are. It tells the government what rights you can't infringe on.
Yep.
Shit that people are just supposed to be allowed to do. And like they've manipulated, oh my God.
It's backwards.
They've manipulated us so bad for so long that it's hard to try to break that cycle. Just to get an idea of the level of manipulation that goes on, during COVID, they tried to make you stop reading.
Oh my God.
And they were like, don't do your own research.
Yep.
They're like, what do you mean you do your own research? They try to make it sound like so stupid.
Like
and then,
you're a kook.
Yeah,
Like
and
you
then,
shouldn't be doing that.
who's that comic? Jimmy Dore.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy Dore had a great bit about it where he was like, remember when doing your own research was called reading?
That's great.
You go to buy a car and you're like, oh, yeah, let me just look up and see what more I can find out about this car. Oh, what are you doing your own research?
With fucking lunatic.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
but that's the level of insanity that they people hop on, and now you can see it. People do such a great job of exposing it where like as soon as a talking point comes out, everybody jumps on. Like, let's say the most recent one was that White House correspondence shooting. The next day, all of the conservative voices, all of the conservative influencers, all of them were issuing tweets. This is why we need the ballroom.
Right.
This is why we need the ballroom.
Oh.
This is why we need the White House
Wow.
ballroom. Like immediately across all, you could see them all
That's
putting it out.
insane.
And it's like immediately they all jumped onto the talking point that this is why we need the ballroom.
Wow.
Why, so the president could hide in the freaking White House? Like he can't come out? Is
That's
that what
nuts.
we've gotten down to?
That's nuts.
You know what I mean? Like Muhammad Ali not Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson had a great saying about when Floyd Mayweather tried to say he was the greatest. And he was like, you ain't the greatest. You need to walk around with security. That if you were the greatest, you'd be able to walk around and be part of the people.
Oh yeah.
You're not the greatest if you got to walk around with all this security to protect you from
Right.
people. It's because you're not the greatest.
Wow.
I was like,
That's some deep shit. That's
Yeah.
that's Mike shit.
that's like because you're not a person of the people.
Yeah.
People
You're not
would
loved
yeah.
by everyone. If you were the greatest, you
Exactly.
would be. Wow.
It's all silly business out there, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
it's a
tried.
little scary.
I'm trying to back up all of it. I'm trying to rely on faith, and letting the powers, the Lord, take care of business. I can just affect my immediate area, the people that are in my life. That's the only influence I care about.
Yeah.
My friends, my family, being of influence to them, being of influence to people I meet. That's the only change I can control.
Yeah.
Everything else, I can't have anxiety about. I can't lose sleep over, and I can't affect world change. So there's no reason for me to be globally concerned.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
like,
just going to stress.
yeah,
It's only bad.
It's okay to be informed,
Yeah.
right? There's a difference between being informed and then being like, I used to be online posting and like wanting to just argue with people online. Like if that was going to bring about any sort of change, like if I was doing it, no, I'm actually just mentally breaking down.
Yep.
That's what that was a reflection of.
Yeah.
Fighting online and arguing in the comments, that's a reflection of mental instability.
Yep.
Right? You're not in a good place right now.
Like eating it and reacting the way you're supposed to, though.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they want. That's why this is out there, you know? So doing what you're saying, staying relevant in your smaller circle, dealing with your family and your friends is going to keep you from all that bullshit stress. It's going to keep you more focused. Mm-hmm. And if everybody did that, that's the answer to like on a global level. If everybody did that.
Yeah. That's that whole Jordan Peterson line of thinking. It was like, you can't go trying to fix the world and your room's dirty.
Yeah.
Like clean your area. Like if everybody's room was clean, the earth would be a lot cleaner. Yeah. Right? If everybody was taking care of business the way they were in like their own communities and in their own spheres of influence, then that's how change would be more widespread. Because then my friends will be like, oh, you know, this is I should be doing better. Right? Because the people I'm around are doing better. I need to do better. So now I do better. And then my sphere is going to be growing and people in my sphere are going to want to do better. And then somebody from my sphere is going to want to do better. And it just keeps spreading.
Spheres. Yeah, exactly.
And it just keeps spreading. But if you're online and you're just complaining in the comments, and the thing that was unhealthy was that I was arguing like my opinion was right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I have many opinions on things, but I'm not married to them.
Right.
I might not be right.
Drunk though. Once you start getting into that argumentative like lifestyle, you get drunk on it and you start believing that you are actually right or making some sort of change.
Yeah.
You start like really thinking that you're important in the whole thing and you start losing yourself and that focus on family and friends that we're talking about keeping.
Yeah, because that's what it ultimately is you trying to deflect from your own problems. And that's why people do that. That's why people like to point at other people and shit on people when they fail, because that's time you're taking away from realizing that you're in shambles. You know, and you're not even focusing on the negatives in your own life because you're busy pointing fingers at everybody else and shitting on everybody else for making mistakes, and that gets to make you feel like you're better than somebody, makes you feel like, you know, like you're doing something good, and it's all a lie. It's all a sham.
And we got to be really careful with kids, you know, like the pinnacle of change starts with those people, with the kids, right? Because by order of nature, they're going to see it later. So if we don't fuck up now, they will continue the right way and then teach the right way, you know, to bring it back to a father figures.
Yeah. I'm corrupting my child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. The other day I'm in the car and I was like, hey, it's about, what does a Chinese doorbell sound make? And she goes, what? I was like, ching chong.
Oh my God.
She lost it.
That's awesome. She liked that one, huh?
She lost it. I'm like, oh God, please don't repeat my jokes.
Oops. Oh man. Yeah.
It's just stupid shit.
The other day, the baby was talking to Baba, her grandfather, my wife's dad, and he was joking around with her. He's a smaller guy. And she was like, my daddy is stronger than you. And he's like, you know, you don't know. Maybe I'm stronger than your daddy. And she goes, yeah, well, you don't know how to shoot a gun. And they laughed about it for a little bit. And then I was told the story joyfully and laughing. And I was like, but what did you say? I can't have her throwing that around.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
Like,
well, my dad will just shoot you with his gun.
Shit, what did you say?
It's not gonna find
or
school,
even,
dude.
you just like think about that word
that'll
in
send
school.
Kids, yeah, school. That'll send the schools into a panic.
Oh my god. So we had a talk like later when it wasn't the focus. she's excited to learn about guns. Like when she's always, I was like, don't worry, you're gonna know all about them. And she like had this smile. She was excited. But I go, listen, it's just for us though. You know, you can't just run around talking about it. People get so weird about a lot of things in life. But that right now is
touchy.
real touchy.
Yeah.
Don't, please.
Do they do family stuff at your range? Like how
Occasionally
what's the
we'll have like a
youngest?
promo. Youngest is 12.
12.
If you doing a kid waiver, adult waiver.
All right.
Yeah, 12's not bad.
Because they got that range by me. That's like they promote like family friendly range. You know that place on McBride.
Yep.
Right there.
Yeah. They're occasionally people will do like they'll run a promo, like just run an Instagram ad saying, "Oh, it's family night," and maybe offer like 5 or 10% off. We'll do that occasionally, but honestly, I don't want to see kids there all the time. The right kid, and this sounds funny, the right kids I love seeing there, but the wrong kid is not a good place. Recently, actually, like less than 2 weeks ago, this woman came in, older woman, older Spanish lady, and she had these 2 twin boys. And I know that there were twins, and they just turned 12 that day because this lady came within the year, and we were like, no, sorry, they're underage. And they left. Now they came back of age, but these 2 kids were, I don't know if it was, they were somewhere that weren't here. A little bit of Asperger's.
I was gonna say they immature. You're like, no,
bro.
They were delirious.
No, they were out. They were seriously. One of them was like really tough. Like, I don't know that you should be out in public. They started screaming at their mother. The one kid was kind of, amicable, but the one kid screaming at the top of his lungs, and everybody in the lobby of not very busy 20 people.
Why do you want to give this kid a gun?
Yes, exactly. And I have to be the one to awkwardly tell you no.
Yeah.
And it's for your own good, your child's own fucking good.
Take him to laser tag. What are you doing?
Yes.
People are malfunctioned.
Yep.
That is insane. And I don't.
The reason I was saying is there's some kids out there whose dads hunt.
And
by 12 years old, they've shot guns before. They're excited about it, and they respect it because they have an understanding for it. That's what maturing is having an understanding. Why are they not ready to take your lesson? Because they don't understand it. We could tell them all we want. Just trust me. They're still not 100% in. These kids do not understand the
this
danger
isn't Roblox.
involved. Yeah, this is exactly.
This isn't Roblox.
We're going to end everything right now.
Take them to laser tag.
Yeah.
That's why that is, and this is like, some parents are just really disabled.
Yeah.
In thinking. Like, I don't mean disabled like in a bad, I mean like they're just not.
They're not able.
They're not properly equipped with the right mentality.
Listen, this lady is exactly what you just said. She wasn't even equipped to stop this little kid from screaming at her in a lobby of a public place.
You're going to give him a gun?
And you want to go another 100 steps further and give him a firearm?
That's
you can't
insane.
control him.
She has no respect for the firearm.
No respect at all.
No, this is not a toy. No. Listen, start slow. Take him axe throwing first. You want to get
that one over
dangerous?
again. Get the kid a fucking Nerf gun and lock him in his room. That's all this kid gets.
What about those other? Or take him paintballing.
Maybe, yeah.
Right?
Maybe
Or what's the other one? Airsoft.
Airsoft, maybe.
You know?
Yeah, get him into that.
What are you
Maybe
doing?
he could develop some. But, bro, they were arguing it, too. Why? Are you sure? And we were, at one point, we're like, are you serious right now?
You should have shot him. And then we're like, this is why you can't play with guns.
I wanted to just invoke my own martial law. Now you can't leave.
Yeah. Oh my God. You shoot him in the leg, a kneecap. You
no
kneecap
English,
him.
too. Throw no English in there.
Oh, listen, this is out of control.
Yeah.
All right. This is out of control. You got to speak the fucking Queen's English.
Oh, man.
You got to speak.
This is what is really messed up.
You
got
to speak Trump's English if you want to go to the shooting range.
We're going to make that America's language again, maybe? Because I get people that come in all the time. I get it. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but if I can't teach you what's going to kill you, maybe you shouldn't be doing that thing.
Yeah.
I got a lot of tourists that come in. Chinese people that don't speak any English. Occasionally, they'll have a family member there. So a 15-minute safety lesson is 45 minutes, and it's well worth it at that point. But there's some people that just don't understand. And then even if they do understand, they don't care.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a little seedy.
Yeah, you can't really explain the importance of it. Like, you want to have the American experience, you can't.
No.
Right? You can't have the American experience and shoot a school up.
No.
You just can't do it.
Or
right?
I just shoot you in the leg now and you give me half the money you were going to spend and go home.
Jeez. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah. They always say that too. They go, I wanted to feel like an American.
Yeah.
And I
Listen,
fucking...
go up to Sunset Hill, all right? Go shoot up there. That's where you can go get silly.
Some places.
I remember going up there, and that's a place in the Poconos. And I remember in the parking lot getting drunk, like tailgating in the parking lot.
Sunset paintball.
No, shooting range. Sunset Hill
shooting range?
Yeah, it's in the
that's what it
Poconos.
is. That's what it is.
And
I recognize.
Yeah, I went up there like a few times. You could shoot AKs. You could shoot.
They have that 300-yard.
They have that big sniper rifle. I think it's a 50 cal sniper rifle. You could lay down and shoot. Bam! That freaking
cool.
That thing's nice. Yeah, that. But you pay per bullet.
$20 a shot. That one.
Oh my god. Yep. I remember shooting a 50 cal handgun.
Really?
Just a long. Boom!
Desert Eagle.
Yeah, no, it
Or
was
a
a
revolver.
50 cal revolver.
Yeah, a Smith & Wesson.
Yeah,
500.
I think like that, a long ass snout like that. It's
Yeah,
just like,
cool.
boom. I shot the 45, the Desert Eagle too.
That's fun.
That's a freaking hard gun to shoot.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder how freaking who's the guy that used to rock that in the movies? But
Bullet Tooth Tony?
I don't remember.
You
But
remember
that's
in
a
Snatch?
Snatch.
He had this whole
Yes!
scene where he's like, right about the time you read the side of my pistol that says Desert Eagle .50,
Yeah.
you start to realize that on the side of yours it says replica.
Yes.
Your little mincy faggot balls start retreating or some shit, some gangster
dude.
shit.
And then the camera zooms in on it.
And he goes, now fuck off.
That was
Meanwhile,
a
they got a
great-
gun to the back of his head. He's at a bar. He's like,
And
now
then
fuck off.
Now they all start shaking and shit. That's a
Fucking
great movie.
gangster. He writes a good gangster
Yeah,
scene, bro.
he could freaking act, that guy. I love that accent when he's saying it. And I'll go fuck off about it.
Fuck off.
That's wild, dude.
Hell yeah.
So how's dad life treating you?
It's hard. It's real hard. It's great. It's good.
It's great, but it's freaking
It's
rocky
really
roads.
Yeah, rocky roads. I'm exhausted. I'm like always really tired. Not looking forward to like moving, getting up and moving. But
I thought you were moving. I was like,
no. Thank God. That sucks. Moving sucks.
moving sucks.
No, everything's all right though. I guess we're coming up to school soon, which is stressful.
Yeah.
Really stressful. She's in mom's pocket all the time. So it's getting hard to be away from her.
Mm-hmm.
Even we've lost some headway, when she was like 3, before wifey was home a lot. She would have separation. She would go to her grandparents' house to watch her 3 days a week or whatever. Now she doesn't have that and hasn't had that for close to a year, and it's really affected her. Even at like her gym class, there's her one gym class, parents can optionally like walk around and do these little obstacle courses they set up for the kids. She won't do it without mom. So it's getting really weird, it's getting tense because I know that school time she's going to freak. So we're trying to pad it now and figure out a way to.
How much longer does she have till school? A year?
I think about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next September,
Yeah.
probably, right?
Yeah, I think so. She'll be 5.
Then it's kindergarten, right?
Yeah.
Well, you figure you don't know what the changes happen in a year with like mentally
Yeah.
get used to it. And then what it is, you got to get her psyched up about it,
Yeah.
right? And then she gets psyched up about wanting to go to school, make it cool. And then the first day you drop off, you just got to, like a grenade.
Oof.
You got to throw her and run.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Throw her in
That's
the
what
room
everybody
and freaking
says.
run.
Just get out
Don't
of
look
there.
back. Get out. Let the teacher
Yeah.
deal with it. That's what they're trained to do. You know, you gotta get with it.
I don't have a lot of trust for other people.
I know.
You know, they got to build it for me. So that's going to be definitely hard for me. And, you know, the kid's going to melt down. I know it. We're making a little bit of headway because we are treating
But she won't be the first
experiences
one.
out.
She's not,
No,
that's not something that's uncommon.
Nah, it is so common. But little things that she does now, we're trying to separate ourselves slowly, like that gym class. The last one a couple of days ago, that was the big highlight that she kind of went on her own and did it. Then she had a baking class later in the week where usually mom would take her and stay right on top of her. This time I came with my wife and we stepped back and went into this bakery and sat down. And she's like slowly peeling away. She's meeting other little kids while she's out doing these things. And we're finally starting to focus her on making that connection with another little kid. And she's starting to open up a little bit. So I think there's a way. I'm starting to see like a little silver lining where like 2 months ago, I was like, damn, we're fucking in trouble.
No, especially if you're not having to go into it this September.
Yeah.
You have so much time.
We definitely have that.
Read up on it too. Read up other people's experience. I'm sure many people have blogged about it.
Yeah, sure.
have put their experiences online. Because she got used to it early because of daycare. Because we were like, that was 2000. She was born in 2015. So by 2017, well, not really. 2000. I would say 2016, maybe 2016 to like when she was walking. So maybe 2017 when she was like 2 or so. She was in daycare.
Yeah.
But she was going to daycare twice a week. And then 3 times a week at her mother-in-law, at her grandma's house.
Oh, that's
so
great.
she was getting that separation where we were dropping her off, and then she was without us all day.
Yeah, that's the part that we're missing out on. Is we never did any daycare. We had babysitters. We had you know, my mother and father-in-law, and even her sisters once in a while. But and she was late COVID, if not after COVID. She was born in 22. So she wasn't.
Wow, time's flying, dude.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know.
Wow.
The only thing like COVID about her life was her birth. I was locked in the room for 5 days. That was a little bit weird. And then afterwards, I guess people were doing. I guess they were doing the mask. People are still doing the fucking mask thing, but that's an outlier at this point. Those are special people. But at that point, it was kind of over. Whereas like my niece, who is a couple of years older than her, really was affected by it because she was inside for 3 years. No exposure to other kids. They stopped everything. They stopped soccer practices outside.
Yeah.
They turned us against physical fitness, like you said, against reading.
My daughter's kindergarten year, her whole kindergarten year was in
Online.
The first kindergarten, kindergarten. And the crazy thing is we got the best kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, because well, my friend from high school told me if you get in this class, like she's great. Oh my god! I'm sorry. That's so hilarious how that just got away from me.
Holy shit! Sorry.
No, that's fine. She told me that if you get this teacher, like she's the best, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I got her. We were like so excited, and then COVID happened.
Oh, you mean you had her live and then lost it?
And then we had no. She started the whole year. She didn't meet her classmates to graduation. Then they did like a group thing, and I remember my daughter ran down the hill and fell. She was so excited to go. She was so excited to go meet everybody. She ran down the hill and fell, skinned both her knees. And I had to meet everybody getting the freaking first aid kit out. They had to get the first aid kit.
Dude, nothing hits like a fucking skinned knee. I mean, we went through it. I skinned my knee every fucking day. But now I see my daughter with her soft little skin, and it fucking hits different now, bro. She's on her little trike in the driveway, and she tips it forward to the side a little bit, and I have a fucking heart attack. Anytime she's running around, I bug out.
Corners are like the death.
Yeah, corners. Yeah. I don't have any. I erased all those corners at the house, but outside, we go to the park all the time, bro. Concrete gets me freaked out.
Yeah. I just taught the kid how to ride a bike, which is crazy.
Really? 2 wheels? That's
on
great.
training wheels.
Wow.
That was fun. I looked up a YouTube video.
Yeah?
I'm such a millennial.
Really?
Yeah, I looked up
What
a
was the
YouTube video.
instruction for that? It's just fucking ride.
The greatest instruction ever was take the pedals off and let them glide first.
Really? Just using their feet?
Yeah, just
Oh.
walking like this with the bike, because then they get the hand of this.
good
No
idea.
training wheels, and you do that, and then you teach them 4 or 5 steps and glide, 4 or 5 steps and glide, and they get the handle of balancing the bike.
Wow.
And then you do that for a while, and once they can glide for a while, you see them gliding comfortably and not struggling. Then put the pedals on and
Damn.
they start
I was
pedaling.
totally going to talk shit about YouTube video. Wow.
Because I was
that's great.
struggling for a while. We were maybe 45 minutes in the park, and I was having the hardest time. She just wasn't getting it.
Wow.
And I also messed up as a parent because we got away from the bike. I wasn't bringing her to the park and riding her bike, even with the training wheels or anything.
Not consistently.
Yeah, from like 6 on, and she's 11. Like, she's lost so many years of bike riding.
Okay.
Because it just wasn't something I was pushing on her. We'd go to the park and she'd just run.
Yeah.
You know? And she was never riding bikes. And then, I'm like, yo, you got to learn how to ride a bike. So we got the bike out, took the training wheels. I put her in the grass. And then we started doing that. In 45 minutes, she just wasn't getting it. She was getting frustrated, crying. I was getting frustrated. Come on, you got to do it. What are you doing this? You got to do that.
You're not listening.
And I was like, all right, listen, take a break. Don't worry. Go play in the park. Daddy's going to figure this out real quick. She went to go play in the park for a little while. I started watching a video.
Seen it right there.
And I'm watching the video, and the guy takes his little 6-year-old kid and shows the steps on the gliding, and I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
Fucking A, that's
I went and got the
brilliant.
bike, took the pedals off, had her on the bike. She did that for an hour, maybe like 45 minutes. She was on the thing, just going back. We did the whole length of the park. We just kept walking. And she was doing that, and she was like, oh, this is fun. I get it. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, good. Let's put the pedals back on. Put the pedals back on, put her on, and she was gone.
And she went?
Instantly.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. What a great technique, man.
Instantly, she was gone.
That's so easy.
Yeah. Then the only thing she really had to learn was braking and taking off.
Wow.
But other than that, it was.
That's
I was
awesome,
like,
dude.
oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, wow. Oh, one less thing you could stop worrying about now.
Now she's just riding. Now we got my brother bought her a new bike because the other
cool.
bike was little, so she got a new Huffy from Walmart.
Yeah.
And she's freaking.
I remember bikes. I remember bikes when I was a kid, man.
Oh, I was a bike head. Dude.
Yeah.
I used to ride bikes as a little kid. I remember in elementary school, because I used to walk to school from first grade
Right.
by myself on. And I would walk from that building in Hackensack, and I'd walk maybe like 1.25 miles to school. And, you just walk with a group of, there'd be all the people would be walking. So you're like not in a group, but you're
Walking with other people.
Yeah, it's like a herd.
Yes, yes.
And I remember once I think it was like 3rd grade or something, when I finally was allowed to ride a bike to school.
Okay.
Bro, that changed ever. I felt like I was the coolest thing in the world.
Oh, shit.
Get on my bike in the morning and ride my bike to school. I had a path I would take, go lock my bike up, and then being in school all day thinking about my bike.
Yep.
Couldn't wait to get out of school. As soon as I got out of school, pop that open, and then I would just be riding my bike around.
Sick.
We
used to
I
have.
was like freedom.
My brother and I are only 2 years apart, so we kind of we grew up together. And but when you're young, that time obviously means more. So like for a while, I was 2 years older than him, so I was one step up. Mm-hmm. But we got bicycles at the same time. He was a little bit too small for it, so it was bad timing for him. But it was perfect for me. It was my first regular, what are they, 12-inch wheels or something like that, like a regular BMX bike. Mm-hmm. Previous to that, there were little kid bikes.
Yep.
So I saw when I first started hanging out outside of the house, I was with a cousin's friends in Little Ferry. I would stay with them for a couple of days at a time, and that's when I first started leaving the house and going to explore with other kids. And they were tough kids. They were fucking trailer park kids. It was Little Ferry.
Yeah.
So the kids down the block, they lived hard, bro. Uh-huh. They were like those dirty kids that you see in cartoons and shit now, running around with a dirty diaper all fucking day, 3-year-old. So met these kids, and they were doing all sorts of fucking cool stuff. But one of them had a bicycle, and it had not a typical look to it. It was gray. The frame was gray, and it had white rubber tires, and it had these gray plates inside, like it covering the spokes inside the wheel. So it looked like one big blade. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I just saw it, wasn't able to play with it because it wasn't mine. So it became an infatuation. Pretty soon thereafter, my parents asked me if we wanted bikes, and that's all I could think of. And I obsessed. And we went to Kmart, and I found a bike similar to that. They were always cheap bikes, you know, like $100 Huffy at the time. Yep. So we ended up getting those bikes, and we had them and treated them like absolute shit.
You throw it down,
just
come
thrown
riding,
down everywhere.
Go running inside.
Just something occurred to me, bro. There is this lovely purity in not knowing, in like ignorance is bliss, in that like the bullshit products that we fucking love and that we break each other's balls about sucks, man, when you're a kid. So what I mean is, I see now, I look back and I go, oh, it was just like a cheap piece of shit bike. No, it wasn't. It was a fucking bicycle, you know, but other kids had those red lines or the mongoose that cost twice as much. And for some reason, I felt like less of a person for not having the name brand shit.
I know that feeling well.
You know, but then I look at my daughter who's 4 years old, and most of the products she uses don't matter because they're fucking little kid shoes. But I think about it and I go, she doesn't even give a fuck. It lights up and it's pink and she gets it all muddy and she doesn't care. And there's something so beautiful to that. You know, like where
it all goes away.
Remember all that? Yeah, bro. Remember all that torment? I know you went through the same
man.
thing, bro.
I
had to
think
go to
about that all
like
the
cheap
time.
stores and get fucking clothes that were cheap, and I hated them.
Yeah.
For no reason. They were the same shit.
It's the same shit, dude. I had that same experience going to Sears.
Yeah.
The same Sears we talked about.
Yeah.
When I first moved to Heights, and I remember everybody was into Boss jeans.
Oh yeah.
Remember the Boss jeans craze?
Yep.
And I was like, I told my mom, like, I can't be a loser in this school. Like, I can't be like I was in the last school, you know, where I was the outcast. I was like, I need to fit in. I was like, we got to get Boss jeans. She's like, all right, well, let's see what Sears has.
Right.
I don't know where Boss jeans comes from. I didn't know Sears doesn't carry that brand.
Right.
And then my mom was like, no, they don't have those here. You're getting Arizona jeans.
Yeah, dude.
And then I was like, no. And I literally formed an opinion that I was not worth, like I didn't have any value.
Right.
Because I couldn't afford the other things. And my mom was like, no, he can't get those because this is what we can afford.
Right.
And it wasn't even about affordability. It was more that my mom didn't have the time to take me to go to the mall. Right. This is the place we're going. So whatever they have here is what you're getting.
Yep.
It's not about going shopping for different brands we didn't even know how much they cost.
Right.
So we couldn't say that I couldn't afford it. It wasn't about the value. It was literally about time. And that, listen, I work 55 hours a week. This is what we're getting. This is what the time slot I've allotted for us to go shopping.
I'm not going around to some department store we didn't even know existed.
And also, my mom knew if it's at the mall, you're not going to afford it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's out of the price
but
range.
then,
of what I
you know
wanna
what's
spend.
really fucked up is that there was a place called, oh my gosh. There was
Valley Fair?
Valley Fair, yes! I can't believe you fucking
Little
said that,
Ferry.
bro.
Yeah,
in Little
yeah.
Ferry.
I remember that
We would
place.
go there. That was the...
Now it's some Korean shopping
Yeah,
center.
it's the equivalent to a Marshall's now. Like, you'd find good stuff 3 years or 5 years later. And I remember specifically going there and being like, oh, these are the Boss jean shorts that I could never afford. And then finally getting them, and then going to school and seeing other kids wearing other shit and being like, oh.
Yeah, now they're on to Calcanize.
Yeah.
Or something
Yeah.
else.
Oh, the
You
Cavaricis.
just
I had
finally
these
got some
Kmart
balls.
Cavaricis. I had these. I had the Air
Oh, my
Jordans
God.
from Payless.
Yeah,
that looked, dude, they were so close. And I'll never forget one time I can't even. This dude, Kevin, when we were young, he was a charmed kid. He was a really nice dude, but he was loaded. His parents were separated, and dad had a big company. I mean, brought us to the net game in a limo one time. It was nuts. But one time I showed up to school, and I just got brand new sneakers. And at that time, I was a pure kid. I had this lovely purity where I I got my new sneakers. I didn't know how much they cost. I didn't know they were $25. Didn't matter. I set them up, and I looked at them like next to my bed. Like I thought it was cool. And then I got them on the next day, and I went to school. Probably dressed
Shit.
like a chotch.
Shit on your whole
Shit
life.
on my whole fucking life. Kevin, my boy, came over and he was like, "Oh, cool. What are those?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh,
What
they're
are those?
I don't know what they were called, like dunkers or something." And he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, those are fake Payless shoes, dude." And he got up and mocked me, and I was like,
Japs.
Boom.
Yeah.
Bro.
They used to call them. I remember when I was little, same thing. The first time I realized that was in like that same school I used to walk to in elementary school. And this kid D was like, after school, was snapping on my sneakers because I had Velcro sneakers.
"Yeah."
And he had Reeboks. And he was like making fun of my Velcro sneakers. He called them Japs. Why are you wearing them Japs?
Japs.
Japs? These are American. What are you talking about?
Dude, and oh man, that's too much of that.
We got to
I
wrap
still-
this bitch up.
I still to this day want a pair of Reebok pumps.
Bro, they got them out there.
Do they?
Yeah, for sure.
Like new ones?
The orange one? Yeah, with the orange ball. They have them classic sneakers.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
those,
they got them.
man.
They, of course, they freaking
They're probably $700 now.
make them so expensive. It's ridiculous.
Hey, you all deserve them, but you don't need them. They're all good. Your parents are right. Your parents are right. You don't need a fucking $40
No,
backpack.
now it's freaking Lululemon. Wait till your daughter gets on that kick.
Yeah, there's chemicals in that shit to make her sterile.
There you go. On that note, we're going to wrap this up, dude.
Nice, dude.
Thank you, my boy, for coming
Thank you,
through.
bro.
Big
Thank
Mike.
you for having me.
Of course, as always. That is it. Yeah, VickersFunny.com. Check out all the good stuff happening. Thank you very much. Thank you, Big Mike, for coming through. Thank you for listening.
Ooh.
All right, peace out, people. Stay blessed, stay black.
You're listening to my dad of the Figgas.